Trends at the moment across the country are seeing quite an uptick, especially in the IT and ITES sectors. The managements of TCS, Infosys, HCL, Tech, and Wipro, these four companies alone, are set to hire almost 120,000 freshers in FY22 alone, primarily in India. Now, Cognizant also is set to hire roughly 45,000 fresh graduates from the class of FY22, which is up 50% from FY 2021, where the figure was just around 30,000. Now, the IT industry attrition too has been quite high in this year. The IT industry attrition is expected to be around 11.5 lakhs in this particular year. TCS with the lowest of 8.6% in quarter one. However, if you look at Infi, it was 13.9% in quarter one. Wipro was around 15.5%. Cognizant was around 31%. While Accenture was 17% and HCL Tech was around 11.8%. These are all numbers for quarter one of FY22. Now, to understand the challenges and what is happening on the ground, we spoke with Mr. Shantanu Jha, who is the Senior Vice President HR at Cognizant India, as well as Mrs. Padmaja Alaganandan, who is the Chief People Officer at PwC India. Now, both of them tell us that the needs currently of the industry is in all skill sets. It's across the board, not just on core tech but also on functional areas. So while the focus currently is on campus, and these numbers which we've given is primarily from campus perspective, but and this is all based on the pyramid hiring, but lateral as well as even other hiring has seen quite a surge in demand. Engineers as well as accountants both are areas which are driving demand, especially with regard to PwC. Further, they tell us that the market currently is extremely hot overall. However, they are trying to make the best out of it, basically trying to hire the best talent, trying to find the best people available for the tasks at hand. And the efforts and initiatives to find a meaningful career options and opportunities within the company are being provided to existing employees as well. Now, on the wage and the margin pressure, which is what becomes the key, especially a decade ago when wage pressures did come along, there was a lot of pressure on margins. However, this time around, the understanding from Mr. Shantanu is that there is no significant wage pressure as such. However, today's associates or people who are being hired are looking beyond wages. What they are essentially looking for are various things, from career growth to whether they are getting to upskill themselves, whether they are seeing progress in their careers, and whether they are able to build further skills. On how India participates in the global, the global demand for skills, what Mrs. Padmaja tells us is that there are strong drivers and many global organizations have capacities across the world. However, if there has to be a meaningful scale in terms of capacity, every company needs to look at a country like India, since it has to be the center of the plan for some of these companies. What India provides is the ability to bring in numbers, as well as allows managements as well as larger companies to spend time on upskilling as well as training these individuals. So it's a high labor intensive as well as a high skill intensive kind of a particular market. That kind of helps global companies trying to compete for talent. Further, there is also competition between IT services and the startup, which is like the new buzzword at the moment. Companies must give the right opportunities, is what Mr. Shantanu believes. So he says that yes, of course, startups are poaching talent. However, if given the right opportunities within the company, talent is willing to stay. Also, you have to be able to upskill and cross-skill your employees, is what Mr. Shantanu keeps telling us and keeps emphasizing and keeps trying to bring home that particular point. So it's interesting times for the employee, of course, and what Mr. Padmaja believes that this particular trend is good for the economy as a whole, as well as really good for talent. Let's see how this plays out.